Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome.
Welcome to Ballet Popular. My name is Kouppari.
And my name is Ibrahim Perez, helping you build your passion and influence through dance. So guys,
Today's topic
depression.
in ballet.
Anyway, so it's a very kind of edgy topic, people. Not many dancers like to talk about it. And we're gonna talk about it.
Right?
Yes, it is. So I have been doing a lot of research. My partner right here has done the same. And we want to tell you everything that we find out. So Maria, can you describe for them what is depression?
Depression is when you're constantly feeling tired and sad. Your eating patterns are messed up, your sleep is messed up, you don't find pleasure in things you used to have. All these kind of
Anyway,
things,
so
right?
let's...
But yes, tell them
if you're here, so make sure you say hello and
say hi.
say hi, because we'll say hi back to you. Anyway, depression. So when you dance and you're a dancer, you're exposed to a very complicated training, super difficult, and the environment itself will push you to that. What is the first thing you think about when you see ballerinas?
You see a beautiful dancer dancing gracefully on stage, being beautiful.
And you see, wow, what a
Right.
beautiful person, like what an amazing body, like somebody put her together, like an artist came over and, fixed it.
Yeah.
But you never think about the other side, like,
What's going behind the scenes in their brain, in their mental health too.
they're depressed, they're lonely most of the time. They have this crazy idea of perfections themselves that it doesn't matter what they try to do.
Because that's the nature of ballet.
That's the way they
unfortunately.
think. So, and you never think about also that they hurt themselves too, because they starve themselves. Because we talked about last week about this
Yeah, if you want to
things.
check the anorexia video that we did last week, you can check that too. It's kind of related to that.
So,
Right.
hello, Lito, number one fan again. I
Yes.
know, how you doing? Anyway, so let's get serious for a second. So that's the problem that these dancers encounter every day. And men are not a stranger to this too, because men do suffer from depression, especially if you're a male dancer, and especially if you're a ballet dancer. I don't know much about modern and contemporary dance, because I feel it's not that demanding and that like particular when it comes to looks.
Yeah, in detail how your technique looks and stuff, and it's not necessarily that
So
pushy.
I read that 20 to 25% of the female population will experience depression in their lifetime. Look at me, I'm very like sharp today. But that's a study that they make in several universities. So if you really think about it, I mean, ballet dancers is one of the most demanding jobs in planet Earth. So
There's different factors, your environment, your genetics, a little bit of everything contributes to that. But for dancers, one of the main reasons for depression is when dancers go through a very serious injury, I think. Right?
that's the trigger. So most of the time you're very complicated because you're trying to put this idea in yourself of being so good and so great that you push really hard to the point that you break yourself.
It might even happen, the injury might even happen outside the studio, but that will affect your progress in a way.
And nowadays you have something that you call dance moms, which is a term for a mother that is very
Obsessed,
passionate
yeah.
about their kids being great at dance, and they will push their kids to the limits. Sometimes these people or these mothers, they don't understand what they're doing. They think they're doing a good thing, but instead they're just doing a harm.
Yeah, when they're telling them, oh, my daughter's gonna be a prima ballerina, that's automatically putting a lot of pressure.
So it's pressure. They go to the studios, they try to see the other competition,
Yeah.
and then they see that this girl is a little bit better than their girl, and it's the whole war. Because I've seen that myself. So you don't see the girl carrying the bag, you see the mother carrying the tutu and running. Oh baby, you need to rehearse here, you need to rehearse that. So a lot of this problem also has to do with the family, with the parenting. I'm not a father, I don't have kids yet, but I hope that myself I put all this in practice. Because one day might say my kids might want to dance. I'm on their parents, I'm gonna support them 100%. And if they don't want to dance, I'll be happier. But if they want to, I try to guide them, or we try to guide them in the best way we can possibly do. But anyway, what I was trying to say is that it's a problem that comes from everybody. So I'm going to share a very special thing that happens to me and then a male, and it happens to me. So when I don't want to disclose information in what company I dance or this or that, because the last thing I want is to give them some sort of a sponsorship through this channel or like endorsement. Hell no. So I'm gonna tell you what happened. I was hired, I was very happy, started dancing with this great company. Things went great, I feel better than ever. And then unfortunately I got hurt. So I cracked a little joint in my back. So in this is it was really bad because now I felt that the whole thing was crumbling down. I was in a different city, a city that I didn't know anybody. I was like a new person in this place that I didn't know anyone, and most of them were not friendly because ballet dancers are very, very close-minded. Everything and this comes from the insecurity.
Yeah.
Because if they see somebody that is a little bit better than you and even a little bit younger than you, the hate start, the hatred, the thing of like jealousy, all of this crazy behind scenes, and they will make your life impossible. But it's in any job. Any job. You try to be a lawyer, I'm sure you're going to have people that are going to try to shove your head because somehow you have a little bit more talent. So anyway, going back to the story, I don't want to take forever. So I hurt myself. I entered in a very, very dark place. I didn't say that I was gonna, hurt myself or anything, but everything was stripped down for me. Like my job wasn't there. The company was somehow kind of forcing me to get out. They did pay the medicals and all of that. It turns a little bit bad. And it's a lot of companies that do this. So dancers, be aware. They want you when you're 100% healthy. As soon as you break yourself, you are just a sack. You're a weight. They need to get rid of you.
To get rid of you.
It costs them more money to have you there than not have you at all. So they will fire you on the spot and they'll find any excuses. And you have to see the news, and you can see how many dancers or even superstars they let go for very insignificant reasons. So going back, what happened to me, I was experiencing something that I never experienced before. I didn't want to do anything. I gained weight. And some people have different ways of dealing with it. Some people gain weight. Some people lose a lot of weight. It's just like, you just let go. You feel like you don't want to do anything. You feel like it's not even worth it. Or like you don't think you'll never be the same the way you used to be.
Yeah.
And especially if you're hurt, it's hard because
you don't know how much you'll be able to go back or how much is going to limit your range of movement.
You have this crazy fear that when you come back, you'll never be the same.
Yeah.
So how do I overcome that? It was really hard. I will tell you the secret in which I did myself. I didn't go to no therapists. It's something that we need to talk to. Companies should have therapists and specialists that can have like once a week having dancers and come and sit down and share what they want to talk about. Like, look, this is what happened to me this week. And they can have some sort of like health, like mental health.
Especially like companies that have conservatories where they take kids when they're from a young age, when they're teenagers and they leave their homes and they're just in the conservatory. All they do is
hello, Christina. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. I just saw that you're just watching this video. Anyway, we want to say hello. Sorry, say hello to Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Okay, let's go. I'm sorry. I get excited when people watch.
Okay, so in the conservatories, I was saying, when the kids leave their houses and they have to stay in that environment so many hours, 24 hours with dancers, all they see is competition. They need to have somebody, some kind of counselor, some
guidance,
to be able to go through that.
The thing is, like,
but not many companies have that.
They don't care. They don't care.
They don't see that dancing has to do a lot with your mental health.
A lot of people, I'm telling you, we're creating some weird, energy between dancers out there, Even when we walk to places, they kind of look at us, they know kind of who we are now, and they just giving us this look that is like, okay, you're a hater, but it's all right. We don't have no problem. But what I'm saying is that because nobody say these things, everybody's always used to like telling you how pretty you are and how great the company is, but never tell you what happens in the whole behind the scene of this. Is horrible.
So anyway, you are telling about your...
Yeah, she's cutting me. This is a serious matter. So
your injury.
Let me finish. So my injury, it was bad. It was pretty bad. I cracked one of my joints in my back. The girl didn't have any fault. She was just an apprentice. It was just things that happened.
You were lifting a girl and something happened.
Yes, I lift a girl. She jumped out of timing and I cracked my back. it happens. Anyway, I'm fine, I'm healthy, don't worry about it, I'm doing what I love. But I'm trying to tell you, a lot of people, I've been reading a lot, they said that the best way to overcome this is to tell young dancers to come and watch classes.
Or visualize things.
Yes, visualize things, because that will help your body to...
Physical
Because your
therapy.
body doesn't recognize memory from actual things that happen, so it will see it the same way. This is what specialists are saying. I am going to tell you something. I don't have a degree in psychology or anything, but these people most of the times are wrong. I have experience in that. I have been sitting there watching classes, and that even make you worse.
Yes.
You feel even worse. You feel like worthless. It doesn't matter how much you try to like, oh yes, let me practice the exercise in my brain. It's harming you. The best way in which I cure myself, because that never happened to me anymore, but I know kids don't have this kind of mentality. That's when you adults gotta jump in, you teachers, and help them out because they don't have the tools. I disconnect myself entirely from it. And I start to understand that, in order for me to get back to who I used to be, I need to know that I'm hurt and that I need to heal. And that is totally normal because it's part of human being of
Yes.
getting hurt.
You're in a relationship with dance, kind of, so you have to get away from it, right? That's what I felt like.
So the thing is, like, a lot of dancers think like, oh, I'm gonna disconnect. Like when you hurt yourself, the first thing is like, I will never be dancing again. And that's a big misconception. You shouldn't think that way because it's not truth. Even dancers that have massive, horrible injuries, they still dancing, amazing recoveries. It's the will that you want to put to it. And on top of that, it's like how much you really understand who you are. Because a lot of dancers don't. Most of these people, I'm sorry if I offend anybody, we got to stop being puppets. We have to start thinking to being individuals. I'm not talking about you're an individual because you're a solist or a principal in a performing art company. Has nothing to do. Individuals, you have to start being yourself. Do not be a puppet. Puppet dance, puppet jump. No, think. You have to think.
And do what's best for you, yeah.
So it's a lot of things you can do to, overcome this thing, seek professional help. I have seen so many horrible things. I used to date somebody, fantastic person, but I didn't understand at the time what she was going through.
Dancer.
She was a ballerina too. So, some people actually, they kind of like hurt themselves. I didn't notice. So they will take like little razors and they hurt themselves a little bit, some sort of release the whole pressure. And I still do not understand it until I did a little research and I find out that it's all part of being depressed. So some dancers have depression to the limit that they need medication because they need to increase these, chemics in their body to make them feel a little bit happier. And a lot of these medication actually have side effects of they want to hurt themselves. It's horrible. If you're suffering from this, you need to like really run. If you see somebody suffering from this, definitely ask for help. Make sure that this person get the proper help, sitting down with somebody, talking about it, and see the best way out. Because this can cause death. Like people can kill themselves.
And that's why I love professional dancers too. You see like, oh my god, but this dancer had so much potential, or this amazing ballerina, why did she retire so early? It's probably because of depression. They don't feel that dance makes them happy anymore. So
because it's
they prefer to be okay with themselves and live their life happy, even if they don't have to dance again. They would prefer to do something completely different and stop, dancing, right?
When you stop dancing, you will never change the fact that you're a dancer.
Yeah, it's never gonna work.
And you will crave it, you will wanna do it. I'm checking here for more comments, but guys, thank you for watching. So you just have to keep going and do your thing. Don't pay attention to people. As soon as you start listening to the other, that's gonna mess up with your head. And I know and I cannot go and put myself in your situation because I don't know what you're encountering. But in my personal experience, and I don't want to talk about me because it's not about me, but I have it hard. And I was a man. Imagine a girl. A girl has 20 times even worse because they will compare you every time. And these companies won't hesitate to let you go as soon as you become...
Yeah, because men is not that many, so your chances are still kind of higher.
Yes, and girls, you have a plenty big book of to choose from. So you need to seek help. And that's the way it is. Talk to your parents, to your relatives, to your teachers. But also, teachers are stupid. Not all of you guys, but some of you are just shouldn't teach at all. Because you don't even know how to deal with kids. You don't know how to talk to them. You're talking to them like they are adults. Sometimes they are just kids. You have to put yourself a little bit, in their mindset, telling them like if you talk to a kid too strong, you're gonna hurt their feelings because they're trying to do their best, and because maybe their best is not your best, you have to start like balancing, like balance. You cannot treat a kid so strong because that's gonna kind of create some problems, and it's not good. And they grow up to be dancers that they hate. They become with hate. They have no self-esteem. Ballerinas have a bad habit. And it's not even a habit, it's just the way that they brought up. They don't have self-esteem.
The environment, the nature of ballet.
You get to see these beautiful human beings. And then you have 2 minutes conversations with them and you can see that this person is so lonely and this person is so sad inside and this person feels that she is or he is not worth anything. And that's horrible.
And also the reason why I feel like that too, because dancers, when you're in an environment, when you're in a company, you always have that need that you need to impress somebody in order to prove your worth.
I mean, you have...
in order to get a role.
But I gotta disagree with you. Well, you have to... Unfortunately, you have to impress somebody in order for you to get the role. Because you're in a company and you're being paid to do so. But you have to understand, we think different. We're not adults. If you're talking to a kid, it's not going to be the same. The kid is not going to understand this. So even an adult nowadays, they won't understand this. They just think it's like, hey, this guy's full of it and I need to train, I need to be better, I want to dance, I want to be great. Yes, you can be all of that or trying to achieve all of that, but at the end of the day, you are already all of that. You just don't know. Anyway, so that's pretty much what's going on. So depression is a very difficult thing to deal with, and it happens every day. Go ahead.
Yes. And another time when a dancer goes through depression can be when they retire.
Yes, Miss Darcy Bussell, principal ballerina from the Royal Ballet, one of the best of all times. After she retired, she fell into a massive depression. She didn't want to get out of her house. She got 2 kids. Her husband was trying to push her out and all of this. So... Like
Martha Graham said too, dancers die twice. Once is when they stop dancing, right?
And what is the other one?
When they actually die. What are you talking about?
Anyway, so I like that. That's cool. But this is simple. What I was saying, we're kind of getting a little bit... Because it's so much things to say, guys. It's not just it's a very deep thing and it could take 2 hours talking and we'll never go to where we want to go. So that's why you see us hesitating a little bit. It's just we want to give you the best info. If you're a dancer, a passionate lover for the arts and you want to train, just be aware, don't fall into that. It's hard for me to say some of the kids out there, if you want to dance ballet, think it twice. And it's hard to say, but it's true because you will encounter a lot of things. From every 9 ballerinas that train in the Mariinsky Theater in the school of the Vaganova School, only 1 probably will make it.
Yes.
And they are perfect according to their standards. So, for everybody else, it's going to be more complicated. Is there anything else to say?
I think that pretty much summarizes everything well.
So yes, if you see somebody that they lack energy, you feel that they don't want to eat too much, you feel that it's hard for them, it's always they're tired.
And that keeps happening for more than 2 weeks.
Yes, and every time you have a conversation with them, it seems that nothing goes through, and on top of that, nothing seems to make them happy. Well, those are early signs of somebody being depressed. And if this person is your friend and you guys doing ballet together, maybe you should bring it up to the attention of their parents or a teacher, somebody that you think that it might be close or they have more understanding of it. So you can go ahead, teacher, I feel that she's doing this. She's my friend. I talk to her. Nothing seems to make her happy. So now you know that it's out of your hand. And guys, you have to understand this. When you talk to people that are depressed, they don't know they're depressed. They are kind of this off balance. They don't understand what's going on to them. So don't feel bad if you're talking to them and you're like, oh my God, I'm talking to them, but it doesn't seem they're still unhappy, or I don't understand why they are so unhappy. They have it all. They got a school. They come. It's just a mental issue. It's a state of mind that is really hard to get out of it.
So if you are in a little local studio too, maybe you can have somebody come over and talk to the students, right?
So yes, you have. I will suggest if you have a local studio, as she's saying, maybe even buy a
somebody
therapist or
yeah.
somebody to come over and talk to the dancers. But at the end of the day, this is all comes to the dance itself. Ballet is a very competitive and demanding thing.
It's a visual art.
And the people that runs it are very hesitant to change anything. So until this change, it won't have actually a deep impact in the dancers. It will be always people that be depressed. It will always people with anorexia and bulimia. And that's nothing we can do about it. We can just talk about it and bring some sort of awareness. But it all depends. It is
hard to change.
It's a common thing, but it's like fighting to a huge government.
Yeah.
I don't want to get political because it's not what I'm trying to, but it's true. Imagine you being the people and, you're just a regular citizen trying to find the government because the government is doing this.
But it has changed from the way it was in the courts, in the...
I mean, of course it's changed.
From being very royal, then became all this new thing.
Time changes, people changes, but...
It still has the potential
people
to
don't change. Times change. So it's just that, guys. So we are here to help you. If you see this in the replay,
leave us your comments
leave us a comment. If you know somebody that is going through, make sure you reach out to them, to the families, let them know that it's gonna be okay. And dancing, let me tell you something. It's not the end of the whole world. You have to know that there's more things out there. I'm not encouraging you to quit. Keep pursuing what you want to do, but understand something is that you are the number one person that you need to worry about it. Yeah. And that's the problem that ballet dancers and dancers in general, they need to be more selfish. And it's bad what I'm saying, might get some hate, but it's true. Selfishness to yourself. And it's when I say that, I mean like love yourself first. You know what I mean? They tell you, if you see somebody jumping in the train, make sure there's no cars or anything, but also think about yourself. So what's going to happen? If I jump, do I have time to come up? That's the way you have to assess the situation. So here in Ballet Popular, helping you build your passion and influence through dance to an educated understanding of what is dance. So guys, I know that was hot. Yeah. I know. So, but guys, please, if you feel like you're down again, make sure you talk to somebody. Sometimes the best solution is actually have somebody listening to you too. My most difficult thing that I had when I was encountering this experience is that I was isolated. I didn't have many people. I only talked to my dad, I remember, and he actually helped me out to come up. And the solution was simply, I moved back to New York. I quit that place. I moved out here. I keep pursuing what I did. And let me tell you something, I healed. I wasn't that bad to, take medication. It was just like in a state of mind that it was hard for me. But I'm happy, and with her, we're doing amazing things, and this is just part of the past. So if it happens to a guy, it probably happen to any girl. So guys, we're gonna wrap it up. I hope it was helpful. You like it? Anything else to say?
No, have a beautiful day. Be happy, be yourself, and we'll see you very soon.
So, once again, Ballet Popular helping you build your passion and influence through dance, and now we are going to disconnect.
Bye-bye.